afternoon, everyone. We're going to report the business continuity management critical situation in BPO engagement. So I'm your Zefrian C. Cruz. You're one of your reporters.
John Robinson C. Bayer, also one of your reporters.
Ryan Morales, also one of your reporters.
And Ronaldin Vivosinas, also one of the reporters.
So, topical overview, business continuity management steps, critical situations in BPO engagements, and critical situation management method. So, module learning objectives. These are the objectives of our work. Define continuity management, enumerate and discuss the 7 steps of continuity management. Explain what an interruption event is, enumerate and discuss the telltale signs of a critical situation, plus describe critical situations management method, and enumerate the 8 disciplines of 8D approach. So here is, next slide please. Here, business continuity management. Next. Business continuity management. The challenge to business continuity management is to plan foreseen uncontrollable circumstances so as to provide for consistent excellent services. Therefore, the goal of continuity is maintaining the uninterrupted availability of all key business resources required to support essential business activities. So, as the slide says, business continuity management is for managing how a business can handle critical situations. For example, at Jollibee, what if it was rush hour and most of your customers have doubled? So most of the employees would have to adjust to the environment and be able to finish their work in a way that the difference between the critical situation and the ordinary situation is it's similar, yet the situation is different. But how they do it is the reason why we use business continuity management. Next slide, please. Goal of business continuity management is most evident in the following: uninterrupted availability, continued business operations, key business resources, ensuring critical business capability, essential business activities, key business goals. So here are the 3 most evident and goal of business continuity management. So first is uninterrupted availability. So as I said in Jollibee, in order for you to have your work, the process of your work would flow easily, you must have no interruptions, uninterrupted availability. Like for those in the dining section, they clean tables, mop the floor, deliver the food from the counter to the table. Those are the typical jobs of the dining area. But in some cases, like the customer's drink fell to the floor, so that's additional work for the dining area. That's what you call a critical situation. Next is key business resources. Ensuring critical business capability. Key business resources. So, in order for you to have continuity in your work, you should always have your resources with you. Like in Jollibee, their chicken, all their food should be available. What if, like, the delivery truck for Jollibee didn't deliver today, but their chicken is already out of stock? So that's one of the critical situations for key business resources. We should always have enough resources for our business to continue. Next is essential business activities. Key business goals. So here is like in Jollibee, there are each sections of our jobs. Like in jobs in Jollibee, there's dining, there's kitchen, and there is counter. There are 3 jobs in Jollibee, and most of them should be occupied at the same time. It's very unpredictable that when, like for example, you have counter and kitchen, but you don't have dining. So who would serve your food? So in order to continue the process in your business, you should always have all those essential activities in your business. So next slide, please. Next slide. Business continuity management steps. So in managing your business to continue, there are 7 steps that we have. First is identify key business process, identify risk and business process impact, identify key business processes, reduce probability of occurrence, mitigate impact, develop disaster recovery plan, mitigate impact. So there is a reason why 1, 3, 5, and 7 are the same. First, you have to identify the key business process. So in a business, if you're opening up a business, you first have to have the key activities, the key process. Like in a store, you're gonna have your business as a store, like a sari store. So first, the key processes are for you to sell and to take the money to sell and for the customer to buy. So simple process. Then the second one is identify the risks and business process impact. So number 2, you should identify the critical situation problems, the problems that cause for a person to critically think through that problem, so that his or her business will still continue. That's the reason. So if you identify already the problem, all the key process would actually become different or change a bit. So that's why we have to again identify the key business process. So what if, like in Jollibee, again, at first you have only the kitchen and dining. So there's a counter. So there's a problem. There's a counter. So we add counter in it. That's why we identify the key business process. So in order for us to have continuous business, the 4th one is reduce probability of occurrence. So in critical situations like the situations that slow or reduce the time of our continuous business, we have to identify and reduce the problems in order for us to continue our business. Then number 5 is mitigate impact, to lessen the force of the impact of the critical situation. So in order for us to have continuous business, we have to mitigate the impact, as well as develop disaster recovery plan. So we have to develop some sort of plan in order for our employees to be more well diverse in problems. And number 7 is to mitigate again the impact. So we have to lessen the force. After we develop the recovery plan, we again lessen the force. Next slide, please. So step 1, identify key business process. Strategic operating and support process, assessment of business impact in the event of interruption, documentation of maximum allowable time for interruptions, assessment of business impact in the event of interruption, prioritization ranking of business process. So here, our example is again Jollibee, the dining. So each process has a certain amount of time. Like if you are going to clean the table or from the leftovers, the plates, the cups, and other things that are in the table, you have to clean them. So the maximum amount of time you will be able to clean them is 45 seconds. that's the maximum time that Jollibee is allowing you to clean the table. Then after that, so documentation of maximum allowable time for interruptions. So you have to document how fast is to clean up the table. So the reason why it's 45 seconds is most of the employees when doing the job is they clean them fast enough in just 45 seconds. The fourth one is assessment of business impact in the event of interruption. So there are certain interruptions in our business that delays our job or our business process. And in order for you to reduce that is to assess how the impact affects the employees. So next slide please. Step 2, identify risks and business process impact. Identification of risks linked with key business process affected. Prioritize by business impact. Periodic certification that the list is updated. Constant monitoring to assess likelihood of occurrence of risk. So critical situations always change, it changes. At the same time, it's evident. It always happens. And in order for us to reduce it is first identify it. Then after identifying it, you should actually monitor if if you're monitoring the critical situations, but you'll be able to predict when it will happen. Or so basically, this slide says that identifying risks and business process impact. So in step 2, you just have to identify the problems which delay our business process. Next slide, please. Next slide. So step 3, identify key business process. So here again, documentation of maximum allowable time for interruption. So in step 3, you have to see how long can an interruption delay you. So in certain points of time that we have to know how long we can be able to be interrupted, so that in order for us to continue our business, we have to identify key business process. Next slide, please. Reduce probability of occurrence. Step 4. Formulate measures to reduce the probability that controllable risks will occur. Effectively, primarily internal risks, improve policies, process changes, people measures, revise guidelines, provide greater supervision. So in step 4, you would actually reduce the situation, reduce the probability of the occurrence. So you have to reduce the occurrence of the situation. Like in some cases, when an employee, like in Jollibee, an employee in the counter gets the wrong order. So in order for you to reduce that, you must train the employee in order for her to not get the wrong order again. Next slide, please. Step 5. Mitigate impact. Formulate measures to mitigate adverse effects. Shorten interruption if risk occurs. Planning for redundant resources, alternative process. So here, after reducing the probability of the problem, you actually lessen the way to lessen the probability of the problem. So formulate measures to mitigate adverse effects. So the effects of the problem, you have to lessen it. Shorten the interruption. So being interrupted, you have to shorten the time of that interruption. If risk occurs, planning for redundant resources. So if ever that critical situation occurs again, you'd be ready. You can shorten the time more alternative process. So if ever that the process that you're doing in order for the interruption to lessen, to shorten, there's always an alternative process in order for you to have less, to have more, be able to mitigate more the adverse effects of the critical situations. Next slide, please. Here is step 6. Develop clear disaster recovery plan. So in here, you develop, you respond in certain process, restoration, resumption. So here, in response, responsible personnel, decision structure, facilities. So here, in order for you to be able to handle the interruptions, the critical situations, you have to have the right response for that situation. The next is interim process, alternate processing and resources. So, in order for you to have lesser, to be able to lessen more the situations, you must have alternate processes and resources. Next is restoration and resumption. In order for you to be able to get back to your work, you must restore whatever you have done. And resumption. So, in order for you to, so there's an interruption. After the interruption, you must go back to what you were working earlier. Then the last one is also called the business continuity plan. Business continuity plan. So here, the disaster recovery plan is also called the business continuity plan. So in here, this whole thing that you're going to make is already the plan for continuing the business. Next slide, please. Step 7, mitigate impact. So yet again, we have to mitigate impact. Periodically test recovery plan too. So here, so again, we have to mitigate impact. In here, we have to test the plan that you have formulated. Here, you have to validate effectiveness of plan actions, response, entire process, and resumption. So here, you have to validate if the plan that you have made is applicable, is effective for your interruptions. Next is perform success failure assessment to improve plan. So here, you have to test the plan that you have made, you have formulated, and after testing it, you must perform success failure assessment. So in here, you have to see if the steps that you have made, the plan that you have made, is successful or a failure at some point. Next is perform root cause analysis to improve risk prevention measures. So here, you have to see, you have to identify the actual problem, the root cause of the problem, so that in order for you to prevent the actual critical situation, the actual interruption, you just have to avoid the root cause of the problem. Next slide, please. So here are yet again the steps of business continuity management. So here are the steps. We have to review this. Identify key business process, identify risks, and business process impact. Identify key business process yet again. So in identifying again the key business process, there are certain changes due to the risks and business process impacts. So there are changes. So in order for you to have a better, in order for you to continue your business, you must again identify the key business process. Then reduce probability of occurrence, mitigate impact, develop a disaster recovery plan, and mitigate impact. So here again, we mitigate impact because we developed disaster recovery plan. And in order for that to work, we have to mitigate impact again. So next slide. So yeah, business continuing management interruption events. Each process has a period within each, interruptions will not affect the achievement of the key business goal. Beyond that period, business goal will be impact, and interruption becomes extraordinary. Business interruption event is triggered when that interruption on a key business process exceeds the maximum allowable time. So here, this interruption event is what I'm telling you earlier, the interruption and the critical situation. In this event, in business, there are certain interruptions, and sometimes interruptions exceed the allowable time that is needed for you to handle that interruption. So, in this slide, impact, beyond that period, business goal will be impact. So, how severe the impact of that interruption is to the employee. Next slide is triggering event. In a extraordinary event, high impact, and NAO use the term outage. Extraordinary event, beyond the normal downtimes of equipment or input process errors. So in here, in triggering event, how to trigger that interruption event is by beyond normal downtimes of equipment or input process errors. So at certain points, there are errors on your business process. Employees handle their jobs having errors, so you have to handle that interruption. Next is high impact, resulting in risk of significant loss. So in certain interruptions, the interruption certainly impacts the employee, so we have to lessen that risk. The next is NAO uses the term outage. So NAO uses the term outage for the triggering event. In this course, we use the risk and risk event interchangeably with business interruption event. So next is reduce probability of occurrence. So we have to reduce the problem or the interruption that occurred in your business. Develop measures to prevent risk for occurrence. So here, as it says, we have to develop measures. So that is what I'm pertaining to earlier. Develop a recovery plan. If within the control of the organization, it's cost-effective. Shifting a factory to an underground bunker to protect from tornado damage may be cost prohibitive. Reduce likelihood of the risk if prevention is impossible or not cost effective. So here, if you have high costs or if your business has high profits, you could actually shift your factory to an underground bunker. So here are one of the critical situations to protect from tornado damage. So here, one of the critical situations is, what if a tornado hits your business factory, business store, factory building? You can actually shift your factory to an underground bunker, so you have to, like a basement, and that can also protect you from tornadoes. That's a possible solution for your critical situation, your interruption. The next one is, what if you don't have the right costs? So impossible or not cost effective. Extensive smoke alarms attached, possible fire starts. Good quality of circuit breakers, periodic. So here are the examples of how to reduce the critical situation, how to reduce the possibility of an interruption. So the next reporter is yours, your friend Cruz, and he will talk about the critical situation in BPO engagements.
So, critical situation in BPO engagement. Definition. Critical situation or crit scene. BPO is when your ability to render consistent, excellent services has been compromised. An organizational state or symptoms of service quality and operations management degradation is becoming apparent in the delivery of services. Recent example is there's something that happened in the company or in the BPO that very surprisingly or that's not very predictable. Example is a disaster that disasters, typhoons, and something that can affect BPO industry. So, telltale signs of a person. So, what is telltale? Telltale signs, it is, for Tagalog is siya yung mga sabi-sabi. Sabi-sabi siya. Telltale signs of a crisis. Number one is prolonged period of non-achievement of KSLA or contractual obligations. Business controls and financial posture of a contract account is assessed as a high risk. During IT infrastructures, issues causing problem in operations, delays in processing of clients' payroll, data privacy incidents, fraudulent activities involving clients' information are recurring in the workplace. Number 5, customer satisfaction rating is on a downward trend. Customer escalation is spiraling upwards. And last is increase in cost. So, prolonged period of non-achievement of TSLA is contractual obligations. Balik, pag pinapahaba mo yung mga contract na or yung SLA na sa tingin mo naman hindi mo kayang i-achieve or kayang parang makuha is pwede isa siyang symptoms para maging ano siya, critical situation. So, business controls and financial posture of a contract account is assessed as a high risk. So, ba't nga ba isa ding sign ang business controls and posture na yung mga contract? Kasi, ang contract is very fragile siya. Hindi mo agad siya yung pwedeng maipasa or hindi mo agad masasabi na once na magbigay ka ng contract sa isang mong client ay masasabi mo na yun agad yun, na pwedeng pumirma siya or hindi. So, kaya siya sign ng crisis kasi andun yung 50-50% na mapapasok yung contract or hindi. So, lingering IT infrastructure issues causing problems in operations, delays in processing of clients' payroll. So, yung mga issues sa infrastructure na nagkakos ng problem sa operations ay nakakadagdag siya sa signs ng crisis kasi yun nga, magkakaroon ng delay sa pagbayad sa clients. Hindi siya maganda kasi yun nga, base na dito sa 1 ay pangit siya na prolong or parang pag binahaba mo at pwede siyang maging hindi siya pwede ma-achieve. Data privacy incidents, fraudulent activities involving clients' information are recurring in the workplace. So, yung mga personal informations na pwede nating maano sa clients natin ay yung recurring in the workplace. Yun, ay parang paulit-ulit na sa workplace. Tapos, customer satisfaction rating is on a downward trend. Customer escalation is spiraling upwards. So, pag yung satisfaction rating ay bumababa, yung escalation naman ng customer ay tumataas. Yun ang nakasakit. Tapos, yun nga, sign din ng crisis ay yung increase ng cost. So, entering a crisis, a state of being in the verge of a crisis or emergency that if not addressed could lead to an elevated risk level. A crisis or critical situation is no ordinary exercise and it should only be declared once a defined set of criteria has been determined by the senior management. So, critical situation, siya siya yung nasa verge, para nasa ano ka ng isang situation or crisis na magiging yung parang what sabihin na pag yung hindi ka sure or pwedeng may mangyari sa'yo masama. Yun yung mga critical situation na biglang boom. Yan, critical situation na. Tapos, declaring accuracy. The critical situation should be jointly declared by the following: delivery center leader or general manager, competency leader or delivery process leader, delivery center or competency process quality leader. So, ang pag-declare ng accuracy ay hindi po basta-basta. Meron po tayong mga section or parang mga nakatoka na once na sa kanila nang galing yun ay doon natin masasabi na critical situation siya. So, for example, this is an example of critical situation in BPO and how can it affect to the business. So, first situation is heavy flooding caused by the Habagat phenomenon in August 2012. Situation in the BPO. Massive absenteeism is employees were not able to leave their houses due to the heavy flooding. So, yun nga, yung nangyari nung habagat noong 2012. Hindi lang naman ordinaryong tao at yung mga nasa BPO industry ang naapektuhan nun. Malawak ang naapektuhan nun. So, ano ang impact na sa business? First is non-attainment of SLA service level agreement due to lack of agents to take the calls or do the work. So, yun, yung number one na yun is may flood and maraming mga agents ang hindi makakapasok. So, dun sa trabaho ay makukulangan sila ng mga agents na pwedeng mag-pick up ng calls. So, yun, doon nakaka-apekto kasi kulang-kulang yung mga agents. Kada session ay kailangan. The more na maraming agents is okay. Pero once na malesa na siya or ma-minimize na siya is pangit na. So, long call, queues as only a handful of agents taking the calls. So, yun nga. Ang alam ko, familiar naman yung lahat dun sa mga calls na merong minutes lang na dapat ay 2 or 3 minutes lang yung pinaka-calls. So, yung mga long calls na yun ay hindi maganda kasi kumbaga hindi ka nagiging productive as an agent. So, other centers, countries who are receiver of Manila work output cannot do the next process as work is delayed from Manila end. So, yung ibang countries na nakaka-receive ng tawag pagpunta sa Manila, sa iba. Yung mga na tumatawag sa Manila ay nadidelayed. Kasi yun nga, kung lang ngayon. So, mitigating actions done by the BPO. Siguro ito yung mga pwedeng nating gawin once na mangyari yung situation na yun. Kumbaga first aid. Para sa term po ay first aid. Declared an emergency situation for Manila and asked for assistance support from other centers located in India, China, Singapore, and other centers in Asia. So, yun nga, once na magkulang yung mga agents mo ay, eto agad yung gawin mo. Mag-declare ka ng emergency situation sa Manila at mag-ask ka ng assistance for other countries, yung mga malalapit lang. Siguro, within the Asia. So, requested employees who are already in the center to render overtime work to cover for agents who are absent. Mag-request ng, yun yan, mga employees na nandun ay parang sabihan natin sila na pwede ba kayo mag-overtime para yung mga calls na nadating pa ma-take natin. So employees can work from home in technical connectivity were asked to work from home. Yung mga employees na pwede na magtrabaho sa bahay nila para mabawasan yung workload sa opisina. Team leaders, all management, and support teams who can do actual operations were asked to do operations work. So yun nga, yung mga work leaders at mga supervisors natin ay pwede silang tumulong or talagang sila yung dapat tumulong na sila kasi kulang na sa tao. So shuttle service provided to fair employees from house to work and vice versa. Reimbursement of transportation expense. So support provided to employees who were at the center. Free food provided, pillows, blankets provided for employees, especially those working for extended hours. Hotel accommodation provided for those working for extended days. Provided clothes and toiletries. Shuttle service, higher premium pay, and extra off days. So ito yung mga pwede natin i-provide sa mga employees natin na hindi naman totally na pwersa na magtrabaho yung merong tayo na habagat or yung situation na yun. So, tuwa sila kasi may higher premium pay and extra days na makukuha. So, overall support to employees heavily affected by habagat. First is financial assistance for those whose house personal properties were damaged, paid absences, counseling for those who were emotionally affected, fine drives organized by the employees as well as assistance from other centers affiliated companies to support affected employees. So, kahit ikaw yung nagtrabaho or ikaw yung napunta dun sa situation na parang naapektuhan kayo ng habagat ay may makukuha pa rin kayo na support dun sa company. Support to the community. Fund drives organized by the employees as well as assistance from other centers, affiliate companies to support the communities in affected areas. Amount from the fund drive doubled by the company or a certain amount donated by the company. Support in kind also provided, especially in evacuation centers. This is the second critical situation, and Metro Manila blackout and to compound the situation, building generator is broken, not functioning due to mechanical trouble. Situation in the BPO, no power means downtime as there is no technology support or no computers, no light and no air conditioning. Impact to business is non-attaining of SLA service as employees cannot work due to the lack of power, local use, other centers, countries who are receiver of Manila work, output cannot do the next process as work is doing from Manila end. Mitigating actions done by the BPO, declared an emergency situation for Manila and asked for assistance support from other centers and in Asia regarding employees to go down the building using the forest stairs and wait for instructions as to when work will show. Employees who can work from home where there's power and with the technical capability and productivity were requested to work from home. Disaster recovery plan, business continuity, plan to minimize risk in the future. Meeting with building admin to review situation and identify action plans to increase prepared in the future. So, magkaroon kayo ng meeting with building admin para ma-review yung sitwasyon tsaka kung ano yung mga dapat nyo gawin kasi as in biglaan yung nangyari tsaka para mapag-usapan na din kung ano yung dapat nyo gawin in the near future kung mangyari man ulit yung blackout na yun. So, schedule monthly meeting with building admin to ensure actions are being done as per agreed timelines. Monthly quarterly audit testing to ensure generator and other power systems tools are in good condition. So, yung sa pangatlo ay parang monthly maintenance or quarterly na itetest yung mga power systems kung okay ba siya kasi yun nga at dun din nagiging kung yung maintenance ay hindi ganun kaganda. Situation in the BPO. Third situation, high absenteeism due to widespread influenza and colds. Ito naman yung sitwasyon na parang karoon ng widespread. Hindi man sabihin natin na virus, pero yung parang doon sa workplace, marami na yung may sakit at nagkahawa-hawa na sila. Impact to business is delay in response time as there is not enough agents to take calls. So, yun, wala kang puro may sakit yung mga agent mo. So, wala kang manpower para makakuha ng mga long calls. Mga calls para, yun, long calls is turnaround time of work calls is longer than required time as there is not enough agents, employees to do the volume of work. So, other centers, countries who are receiver of Manila, work output cannot do the next process as work is delayed from Manila end. So, mitigating actions done by the BPO is required employees to work overtime and requests for vacation leaves are booked. Employees who can work from home where there is power and with technical connectivity were asked to work from home. So, disaster recovery plan business continuity. Plan to minimize risk in the future. Okay, review workforce planning to ensure FTE allocation in case of high absenteeism. Multi-skilling of agents to allow for flexibility to transfer agents from one program to another in case of high absenteeism in certain accounts programs. Develop health programs to educate employees on how to live healthy and avoid illness. So, first is review workforce planning to ensure FTE allocation in case of high absenteeism. So, siguro ito yung mga agents na meron na yung matataas na yung pagka-absent nila ay parang so multi-skilling multi-skilling of agents to allow for flexibility to transfer. So multi-skilling, edi syempre kaliwat kanan, hindi naman pwede na dito ka lang nakafocus at doon. So, kailangan kung alam mo yung sa ibang section, alam mo dapat. At alam mo din dapat yung sa ibang section. Or kahit hindi naman totalit alam, meron kang idea kung paano yung gawin. Kasi, once na maubos yung mga Panginoon term na maubos. Once na nandun, mabawasan sila, may capability ka na gawin yung work na yun. So, develop health programs. So, yung develop health programs naman is parang bukod sa sarili mo, siguro kailangan meron maging healthy living na lang, gano'n, para maiwasan yung mga illness na pumasok. Critical example is first caller solution, FCR, which is a key service level measure in the call center operation with a target of 85% is consistency is for 3 months. Should management call for 8%? Medical transcription, specialist accuracy, output consistency is below SLA for 5 consecutive weeks. Okay. Animation delayed attainment of pre-production targets. Technical support resolution of escalations. Balik muna sa isa. So, kung ito ay siguro, kita naman yung average is yun, may 78. Siguro, mag-ano ko ng grade seat kasi ang baba ng percentage nung actual, 78, 80, 70. Pero hindi ko din sure kasi hindi man ako. So, move. Entering a grade seat, a state of being on the verge of crisis or emergency that if not addressed could lead to an elevated risk level. A grade seat is not ordinary exercise and it should only be declared once a defined set of criteria. A grade seat should be declared for the following reasons: non-achievement of the service LLA agreement, non-implying client dissatisfaction, and penalty paid for every month of SLAs.
Okay, start with the critical situation management method. Critical situation management method. It's a simple and straightforward manner to manage critical situation is presented below. First is prepare assess, develop a recovery plan, gain commitment. Execute the plan and close the recovery. First is prepare. Identify the project manager or team leader of the CRITSIT team, a good option to lead these teams, either a certified project manager or 6S black belt. Identify the team members of the CRITSIT and assemble the team. Identify the stakeholders, governance board of the CRITSIT process. Ensure all administrative requisites of the CRITSIT are ready, examples, meeting schedules. Establish a dedicated war room that will be used by the CRITSIT team. Ito yung pinaka-unang step ng CRITSIT management method is prepare. Sa lahat naman ng mga lahat ng bagay, laging nandun talaga yung una talaga ay yung pag-prepare. Yan. Identify muna natin kung sino yung mag-lead sa isang team na hahandle ng critical situation. Tapos, kikilalanin natin yung mga team members na bubuo ng CRITSIT team. Tapos, yung mga stakeholders na and governance board na parang gagawin sa team. Tapos, yun, yung mga administrative requisites, i-meet natin lahat yun. Tapos, dapat may dedicated na room para makapag-focus yung mga mag-work para maayos yung mga critical situations. Next, yan yung diagram ng critical situation team structure. Next is assess. Develop guide paths for improvement on key metrics that will be monitored for the duration of the CRITSIT. Define and communicate to the CRITSIT team members the entry and exit criteria of the CRITSIT. Conduct an in-depth analysis of the problems by scrutinizing thoroughly historical data measures of the problem areas. Use causes analysis methods such as fishbone diagram, YY analysis, or AP problem-solving techniques. Sa assess naman, yun, pagkas natin sa process ng preparation at mag-move tayo sa assess. Ayan, i-assess na natin yung mga problems na kukunin natin yung mga causes na kung bakit may problema. Ayan, yun yung pinaka ng assess. Okay, let's move to the next. Okay, develop recovery plan. Prioritize the problems or root causes as a result of assessment. Brainstorm with the team and develop detailed action plans to address the problems or root causes. Assign individuals teams to implement solutions as defined in the overall action plan. Make sure that each action step has defined timelines in sync with a target exit from the CRITSIT. And ensure that there will be consistent executive status presentation and regular core team project review schedule. Ayan, mag-move naman tayo sa pag-develop ng recovery plan. Una, preparation. Prepare tayo para tapos sa assess naman, malalaman natin kung ano yung mga root and causes ng critical situation. Tapos, develop recovery plan. Pagka nakuha natin yung mga causes tsaka yung problem ng critical situation, we should brainstorm with the team and try to come up with a plan na para masolusyonan yung critical situation. Next is gain commitment. Get clients buy-in or vote of confidence on their recovery plan if they are aware or CRITSIT in their contract or account. Be sure that all stakeholders and team members involved in the process have signed off the following: overall recovery plan, same assignments and timelines, resource allocation requirement, cost associated with the recovery plan. Yan, sa gain commitment naman, dito yung hihingi na tayo ng vote sa mga governance board at yung mga stakeholders if yung ipopropose natin yung recovery plan is good enough. Yun. And if they're aware na may critical situation sa kanilang mga account or contracts. Tapos, dapat yan, yan, yung mga stakeholders, team members, dapat nakapag-sign sila dito sa mga overall recovery plan, assignments, and timelines, resource allocation, requirement, cost associated with the recovery plan. Next is the execute plan. Execute or pilot or go for a full implementation of the recovery plan. Conduct frequent checkpoints and toll gates further establish metrics like that. Document the changes in the process as it gets implemented and standardized accordingly. Establish regular stakeholders and customer feedback sessions during the implementation of the recovery plan. Kasi sa executive plan naman, execute the plan, dito yung i-implement natin yung recovery plan. Yung recovery plan nga ba ay effective or not. We can implement it pwedeng through pilot testing, which slowly muna, hindi muna natin siya bibiglain, pauti-uti lang, or go for full implementation na as a whole agad, i-implement agad natin yung ating na-develop na recovery plan. Next is close the recovery. Present to the stakeholders and client the improvement of the metrics per the glide path. Get the sign-off of the stakeholders and client to approve the exit from the credit sheet and return to business as usual mode. After implementation of the action plans and full recovery from credit sheet, conduct an evaluation of lessons learned and collect this for future references. Ensure to develop next steps that will prevent the credit sheet from happening again. This could be done by conducting another round of brainstorming sessions. And lastly is celebrate with the team. Ito, close the recovery. After na matest na natin yung ma-implement na natin yung recovery plan, dito sa closing the recovery, yung parang dodocument natin lahat ng mga nangyayari, tapos ensure natin na yung credit ay hindi na uli mangyayari ulit sa isang event. Tapos yun, kung mangyari, para namang ensure natin yun na hindi mangyayari, we can conduct another round of brainstorming session. Tapos yun sa uli, you can celebrate with the team. Next is 8D approach. Definition. 8 disciplines or 8 Ds is a Ford Motor Company method to resolve any problem when the cause of the problem is unknown. The 8 Ds one time 3 different things that work together. These are a problem solving process, standard, and a reporting format. These are the 8D approach. Discipline 0, become aware of the problem. Discipline 1, use team approach. Discipline 2, describe the problem. Discipline 3, implement and verify an interim containment action. Discipline 4, define and verify the process. Discipline 5, choose and verify corrective actions. Discipline 6, implement permanent corrective actions. Discipline 7, prevent recurrence. Discipline 8, congratulate team. Okay. Discipline 0, become aware of the problem. Understand the complaint of the customer or the problem raised. A problem is the gap between what is or current results and what should be or desired promised results. Clarify if the concern is not clear. Yeah. Sa Discipline 0, tells that you should become aware of the problem. Understand natin yung complaint ng customer, yung problem na na-raise nila, tapos yung problem gap, yung problem nga, yung sa gap between what is o kaya yung what should be. Tapos, we need to clarify if the concern is not clear. Next is discipline 1, use team approach. Establish a small group of people with the process product knowledge, allocated time, authority, and skill in the required technical disciplines to solve the problem and implement corrective actions. The group must have designated champion, team leader for command responsibility purposes. Sa use team approach naman, kaya natin magbuo ng isang team na yung alam nila na may alam sila sa product knowledge, tapos may paano sila mag-allocate ng time, authority, tapos yung skill, dapat meron sila nun. Tapos yun, sa isang group, dapat meron yung champion, may team leader, tapos na para alam nila yung mga responsibilidad ng bawat member. Si champion or team leader sets the stage and ensures the team activities are in the right direction, assists the team and provides leadership when required, has ownership, supports the final decision, and has the authority to implement the corrective action and system repair when necessary. Responsible for facilitating and directing the AD team, ensures that the group performs its duties and responsibilities. Yung team leader, hindi naman siya big sabihin ng team leader, hindi na siya parang the boss. Ang pinaka-function niya ay, ensure that yung team ay nasa right direction, assist yung team kung kinakailangan. Tapos, yung ownership, tapos siya yung may karapatan siyang suportahan yung final decision. Tapos, yun, ensure niya na yung grupo ay ginagawa yung bawat mga trabaho nila ay yung mga responsibilidad nila. Okay, discipline number 2 is describe the problem. Specify the internal external customer problem by identifying if in quantifiable terms the who, what, when, where, why, how many, the 5 W to H of the problem. Use an operational definition. The definition should have a common meaning to everyone who reads it. Gather relevant data, info, facts. Next, describing the problem naman. Kailangan natin yung malaman yung who, what, when, where, why, how, and how, many. Tapos yung yung sa pag-describe ng problem, we should also gather relevant data, info, and facts. Yung 5W to H. Who? Identify customers who are complaining. What? Describe the problem adequately. Where? Locate the problem. When? Identify the start of the problem. Why? Identify known explanations. How? In what mode or situation did the problem occur? And how many? Quantify the problem. Kung gaano kadami yung problem. Okay, discipline number 3 is implement and verify an interim containment action. Define and verify interim containment action, or ICA, to isolate the effects of the problem from any internal external customer until permanent correction action is implemented. Temporary short-term band-aid fix taken until a permanent corrective action is defined, implemented, and verified. Verify the effectiveness of the interim containment action, or ICA. Sa implement and verify an interim containment action naman, yung verify na natin if the effects of the problem is i-isolate pa natin yung mga effects ng the problem from any internal or external customer until yung corrective action ay ma-implement na natin. Tapos, temporary short-term fix, yun. Sa temporary short-term fix, ano man yan? Yung, yun, bibigyan natin muna siya, habang na-isolate natin siya, bibigyan natin siya ng temporary short fix hanggat hindi pa na define yung permanent corrective action na implement and verify. Yan. Verify the effectiveness of the ECAP. Perform test, evaluate, state the results, state the procedures for ongoing evaluation of effectiveness, control charts, check sheets, etc. Prioritize goods in nearest customer speed. Define inspection checking method that is certain to detect the defect. Okay, the following disciplines will be continued by Ms. Ronaldine Businos. Thank you.
Media approach problem solving or issue resolutions. Discipline 4. Define and verify root causes. Identify all possible causes which could explain why the problem occurred. Ask why as many times as necessary to drive the process to the cause. Review FA report, dimensional measurement, data, illustration, photo. Use cause and effect diagram FMEA to list previously defined causes. Isolate and verify the root causes by testing each possible cause against the problem description and testing. List all possible corrective actions to eliminate root cause. Kailangan mo i-lista yung mga possible na tamang action para hindi ulit mangyari yung mga root cause, and kailangan mo i-verify yung mga root cause o para matesting mo na ayos at magbigay ng possible cause against the problem solving. Discipline 5. Choose and verify corrective action through pre-production test programs. Quantitatively confirm that the selected corrective actions will resolve the problem for the customer and will not cause undesirable side effects. Define contingency actions if necessary based on the risk assessment. Verify corrective action before the action are implemented. Kailangan mo i-verify ng action yung mga kailangan mo i-verify ng tama yung mga action mo bago mo gawin ng ayos yung isang action. Tapos, kailangan mo ma-define contingency based on the risk assessment. Corrective action should be a focal solution and should address root cause, not try all effective personnel and formalize change action. Run pilot tests artificially simulate the solution to allow the actual process or field evaluation monitor result. Discipline 6. Implement permanent corrective actions. Implement the best permanent corrective action. Use ongoing controls. Ensure the root cause are implemented. Once in a production, monitor the long-term effects and implement contingency action if necessary. Establish an action plan on all permanent action. Establish ongoing controls on the process. Correct defective parts already produced. Identify the contingency action. Here, kailangan i-identify na ayos yung mga contingency actions. Dapat yung mga tamang defective parts kailangan ma-produce mo ng maayos establish an action plan at establish ongoing controls or the process. Discipline 7. Prevent recurrence. Modify the necessary system, practices, and procedures to prevent recurrence of these and all similar problems. Identify opportunities for improvement and establish a process improvement initiatives. Revise system procedures and practice if necessary. Kailangan mo mag- kailangan mo identify ng maayos para mag-improve at kailangan mo rin i-practice para maiwasan yung mga recurrences. Discipline 7. Document new standard procedures, streamline, remove obsolete procedures, and revise previous standard, release specs to document plan out on hardware, equipment or areas. Process control plan is necessary. Kailangan mo i-process ng maayos yung mga plano, kailangan bawasan yung mga specification, tsaka remove obsolete procedures and revise previous standard. Discipline 8, congratulating. Recognize the collective efforts of the team in solving the problem. Write case study reports, acknowledge the significance and value of the problem. Kailangan mo i-define yung mga meaning ng mga at yung mga problem or solution. Kailangan mo i-recognize yung mga efforts of the team at yung mga solving of the problems. Kailangan mo din isulat yung mga case study reports. Managing issues and changes. Executive Committee, Directions, Executive level committee of the company and service provider handles escalated issues and strategy direction. Yung executive committee, yun yung mga escalated issues at direction para sa isang organization. Account or relationship managers, cross process, service provider, account manager, and company sourcing manager or next level operations head resolve issues that span multiple process. Dito naman, siya yung nagre-resolve ng isang issues that span ang multiple processes. Operational manager escalation. Individual process, operational managers, onshore manager, service provider, operations manager can handle escalated issues. Dito naman, siya yung kumahawak ng isang escalated issues. Issues management processes. 1. Facilitated communication and tracking. 2. Root cause analysis. 3. Escalation. 4. Process improvement or platform. Facilitated communication and tracking. Communication of issues, particularly time-sensitive matters, can be done verbally or by email, but proper documentation by way of an issue management system is key to structured resolution and recurrence prevention. Clear documentation of issues is key to effective escalation. Dito naman, kailangan maayos or tama yung pagkagawa mo ng isang documentation. Issues management system documentation. 1. Clear documentation. Clear statement of the following issue, including cause of the issue of unresolved, scope affected, root cause, proposed solution, financial impact of the proposed solution, and timetable. Dito naman, kailangan maipasa mo ng maayos or ng tama sa oras. Kailangan din ano yung mga issues sa isang financial impact. Accountability for issue resolution. Clear assignment of responsible person. Dito, kailangan mo i-assign yung isang assignment sa maaasahang tao. Issue management system facilitates. Approval. Facilitates approval by right authority in service provider and onshore client organization. Process improvements can identify changes in people skill or training, staffing level, technology, or policy or processes. Analysis of trends across multiple issues can highlight areas for process changes that will prevent future issues. Dito naman, yung pag nag-trends or nag-highlight yung isang areas, process change that will prevent future issues.
So, good afternoon. Thank you for watching our report.
So stay tuned for.
For our next report.
So,
Thank you po. Bye-bye.
Bye.